Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday evening inside the Raider Activity Center. Tonight, it's District 1 Blaze Basketball as the Maple River Raiders host the Eagles of Enderlin. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. The Enderlin Eagles at 1-6 on the season, going up against the Raiders, who sit at 2-6. It's the District 1 opener for both clubs. We'll dive into the matchup here for Calvin Craft's Enderlin Eagles. They are led so far in scoring by Orion Adargo, the 6'1 sophomore forward, averaging just under 11 points per contest here for Enderlin, and Caleb Maggio 4 points and 7 rebounds for the 6'6 sophomore center as well. While for the Maple River Raiders, it's been the scoring of Blake Thor at 10 points per game and Kobe Wisniewski at 9 points per contest to lead the floor here for the Raiders. Maple River 2-6 on the season, went 1-2 at the Barnes County tournament, losing to Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and Barnes County North with a win over the Richland Colts. While for the Enderlin Eagles, they've lost 6 straight games. They lost against at the Barnes County tournament, Valley City, Barnes County North, and a top-rated team in the state in Division B in the Hankinson Pirates. When we come back, we'll talk about the series matchup between Maple River and the Enderlin Eagles. We'll talk with both head coaches of Calvin Craft and Chase Carpenter. That's all ahead of our starting lineups. And the opening tip tonight here from Tower City. It's a good old rivalry with the Eagles and the Raiders on Tuesday night.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
As we dive into the matchup a little bit more here with the series between the Enderlin Eagles and the Maple River Raiders. Last year, Maple River swept Enderlin with a 68-27 win at the Barnes County tournament back on January the 7th of 2005, and then also with a win at Enderlin on January the 14th, just a week later, 68-23. Maple River has won 5 straight in the series. Last Enderlin Eagle win here against Maple River on January 23rd of 2023. It was an 8-point win in Enderlin for the Eagles. For the Enderlin Eagles, after tonight, they're back in action. A very busy weekend into early portion of next week here for Enderlin. They'll go up against Barnes County North on Friday for another District 1 matchup. Saturday, make the trek to Nelson County. Then on Monday, travel on the road to South Border for a date with the Mustangs. While for Maple River up next, they'll go to Sargent County on Friday night for another District 1 contest. We'll have that for you right here on yourliveevent.com on Friday night. Monday, the Maple River Raiders are back in action here at the Raider Activity Center for a boys and girls basketball doubleheader against Hatton Northwood. Girls are up first at 6 with the boys to follow at 7:30, and then Maple River makes their way to Ellendale on January the 26th. It's the District 1 opener for most of the squads here tonight. The only team that doesn't have a District 1 opener tonight is Sargent County going to Ellendale, but you have Richland at Hankinson, Oaks traveling to Barnes County North, Wymer Lidgewood at Tri-State here tonight for District 1 openers, including this one right here from the Raider Activity Center. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the Enderlin Eagle head coach, that is Kelvin Kraft. We'll hear from Chase Carpenter following that, and from there, we'll get into our starting lineups and the opening tip as well here this evening inside the Raider Activity Center. Tonight on yourliveevent.com, it's a District 1 matchup with the Eagles and the Raiders. We'll hear from Calvin Kraft. That is next on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
As we continue on the pregame show here from the Raider Activity Center, it's the Enderlin Eagles and the Maple River Raiders here for a District 1 opener for both clubs. Joining us here from the Enderlin perspective is their head coach, that is Kelvin Kraft. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And Kelvin, similar question I'm going to ask Chase here. Just kind of what did you see from your team that you liked and stuff that you have to improve upon after, 3 games in 4 days of the Barnes County tournament last week in Valley City?
Well, a lot of people felt sorry for us having to play Hankinson in the 7th and 8th place game, but I think we didn't feel sorry for us. I think we battled. It was 14 at halftime. It was kind of a slow bleed, and that's what we kind of wanted to do. Obviously, I think our worst game was against Barnes County North in the second round, but against Valley, we had a good first half. Kind of the wheels fell off there in the third quarter, but we had things go well. We had things go bad, and so we just got to have not such low dips. You look at some of our quarters, we're up 17-2 against Napoleon. We were down 30-21 at halftime. How do we not have such high highs and such low lows is going to be big for us. So what I like about our team is we have actual highs, which isn't always the case, but our lows are pretty low, and so we're just going to try to have the bottom not fall out, and that starts tonight.
You look at Maple River, I guess. What have you seen from them a couple days in Valley, or just seen on the scouting report here? That'll be a challenge a little bit later on tonight here, Kelvin.
Yeah, they're probably going to shoot well here. They only average 38, 39 points a game, just kind of sort of what we do, but, at their place is going to be a little bit of advantage to them. Try to keep Blake off the three-point line and make them score from other places. I think we match up well. They're going to trap and do their 1-3-1 and stuff. So if we don't turn it over and give them layups, I like our half-court chances. It's just going to come down to, can we can we not give up some transition buckets to him? So
as you go from there, let's talk about a couple of your players. Caleb Maggio, obviously people talk about him with a 6'6" size and a frame, a guy that's probably like a D end or an offensive tackle playing basketball here, Calvin. But what have you liked from his performance so far and what he can do? He's got a nice drop step, obviously, in the paint when he gets that post touch.
Yeah, Caleb's just coming on every single day. He gets better, and whether he's 2 for 7 or 1 for 10 or 5 for 5, like he always wants the next one. And so like there's going to be times where he's going to have 10 looks at it, and if 8 go in, we're going to be fairly good. We're going to have baskets, and we're going to get to 40, 50 points. If he goes, 1 for 10, might not be as well. But I think with his size, the way we're moving the ball, he's going to get looks, and we got to continue to go through him because if it goes inside out, and they have to help. Not a lot of people can guard him one-on-one, so he's going to be important to get the ball to, and then obviously if he finishes or not, it's a really important key for us.
Let's also talk about another guy that comes for him off the bench, Carson Brash, another guy that's got some length and athleticism, a sophomore at 6'2". Just kind of what have you seen from his progression so far throughout the year?
Yeah, very good. Like when he wants to, he can make nice moves, get to the rim. Not a lot of people can stay in front of him. Sometimes he passes it too much. As he gets comfortable now in the game number 8 varsity-wise, he'll just continue to grow, and he's a sophomore, Caleb's a sophomore. They kind of come in for each other, but sometimes they can play together. If Brash can kind of continue to go to the rim hard, they can play together, and he brings an element off the bench where 6'3", long, athletic, fast, good track guy. So we need him to continue to grow, and if they both continue to grow, we'll actually be more competent offensively.
Final thing that I'll ask for you, head coach for the Enderlin Eagles, Calvin Kraft, is with the third year of a 3-division system, have you had to talk to guys much about what the region games used to mean now, what district games mean? Have you had those conversations around? Now is it a little old hat with the third year of this new basketball plan?
Well, some of our guys are old, some of them are really young, so it's brand new. So this is actually our first counting game. And when I first said that, raise a hand, what does that mean? They all count technically, but this is the one that matters for trying to avoid the playing game. This is the one that matters for who our first round matchup is. And so obviously our goal is to not be in that playing game or get through that one this year. And so these ones matter. And so, explaining that to them is great. And they understand it, but it takes a reminder.
Calvin, as always, good to see you. Best of luck here today against the Raiders.
Hey, thank you.
And again, Calvin Kraft, head coach for the Enderlin Eagles. We'll continue with more after this from Tower City. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
What one-stop shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as a sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com. As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, it's the Maple River Raiders and the Enderlin Eagles for District 1 Boys Basketball. Joining us from the Raiders' perspective is their head coach, is Chase Carpenter. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Chase, you go back from last week, 3 games, 4 days at the Barnes County Boys Basketball Tournament. What do you like about your team's performance there? What are some things that you'll have to clean up as you get into district play, as you will here later this evening?
Yeah, I think conference or non-conference play so far, we've learned quite a bit about ourselves in general. I know a lot of these guys have played last year, but different roles, so they're starting to figure things out. And we're starting to get somewhat of an identity as far as how we want to play. So having those 3 games and then obviously a somewhat hard practice right in the middle there after day 1 kind of helped us refocus kind of what we need to work on. I think our turnovers got a little bit better throughout the tournament. And then there's obviously a glaring rebounding discrepancy that we got to improve on. And mostly, and we talked about it, we work on it every day, but now it's just a fact of who wants it more as far as rebounding-wise goes. So they're making hits, they're not moving people back, and it's just a matter of fact if you do want it more than your opponent.
And you speak of rebounding, Enderlin's got some length and athleticism as well with a Kayla Maggio and a Dargo, and that's where you talk about a Brash or anybody else coming off the bench. So is that the key to the game today in terms of second chance opportunities from the Enderlin perspective?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. They're going to have long shots too, so it's going to be long rebounds. We've got to make sure that we're hitting early, not letting them get to the paint. Our guards don't need to be going crashing in the boards and just get caught underneath the rim. They got to make sure they're holding people out and go and help rebounding. We talked about it yesterday. They're a big dude. I mean, he does worry me with his size. I don't have a kid that big and that tall, so making the hit early, probably understanding that he's not going to out-jump you. So if you keep him out of the lane, we'll be fine. But it's a good test for us to see kind of the improvements we want to make. How bad do you want it? So it's a good test for us, especially starting district play here.
Chase Carpenter, head coach of Maple River. Let's talk about one of your guys, Preston Dowles. Just what does he do for the team this season? It can kind of be a Swiss Army knife at times for you in terms of where you want him to play 1 through 5 on the lineup. But what does Preston do on and off the floor for you this season, Chase?
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. A lot of people aren't going to see it on the stat sheet. So unless you don't watch the game, it's glaring for us seeing it. Defensively, he's going to be on their best guy anytime we go man, and then anytime we're in a trap situation, he's going to be at the top, working his tail off. So he works his tail off defensively, and then obviously on the offensive end, he's done a lot better job as far as handling the basketball for us. I would probably say he's our point guard at this point. That's why at the end of shot clock situations, he's the one taking the ball, allowing our shooters to have a little bit more freedom in the corners. So as far as our team-wise, we kind of go as he goes. He's going to be able to create stuff offensively that we shouldn't have. And then especially when we're in a dribble drive or a Viking situation where we're trying to get downhill, he's usually our main guy doing that. So we just got to figure out ways to keep him fresh throughout the game, which we're improving on. But when you expect him to trap and then take care of the ball for 32 minutes, it's a little bit tough. So the more conditioned he is, the better off we'll be.
Final thing that I got for you, Chase, is obviously 3rd year of the 3-division system now. Used to be region games are the ones that matters. Now it's district games are the ones that matter. So have you had to really speak to the guys, or now is it old hat, so to speak, 3rd year of, okay, non-region, non-district, now district games as we'll start today? How much have you had to talk, or do you really need to talk to them about what a game like this with Enderlin or later this week with Sargent County means in terms of the bigger picture on the season?
No, we've definitely had that talk, especially starting at the beginning of the year. Kind of went through our goals and certain things like that. But understanding that these non-conference games, tread lightly on some of those as far as these are ways for us to improve, to see where we're at, how we can get better. But at the end of the year, you're not going to look too much at those non-conference games. You're going to focus on, obviously, where you're at in the district to set you up better when you get to that tournament, and obviously, hopefully, once you get to the region play.
Hey, as always, Chase, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here today.
Thank you much.
That again, Chase Carpenter, head coach from the Maple River Raiders. We'll continue with more of this interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
Maple River Raider fans, it's game time. Your high school athletes are giving it their all, and they need you in the stands, on the sidelines, and behind the scenes. So grab your gear, bring the noise, and show your Raider pride all season long. Let's rally behind the Raiders and make a difference.
On behalf of the Raider volleyball team, we thank you for your support.
Go Raiders!
And to the near side, Sophia Satchram, get up and put it down.
From Raider football, thanks for your support.
Money, and Warren is gone. Touchdown, Maple River.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
As we continue on our pregame, as we get to our starting lineups here, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, the Enderlin Eagles will go like this: Orion Adargo, a 6'1" senior forward averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds. Nolan Schlecht, a 5'10" senior averaging 5 points and 2 boards per game. Carson Gruba, the 6' senior, 7 points and just under 4 boards. Ethan Simbira, the 6' junior, 2 points and 2 rebounds. And Caleb Maggio, the 6'6" sophomore center, 4 points and 7 boards. Again, Adargo, Schlecht, Gruba, Simbira, and Maggio. Enderlin is head coach by Calvin Kraft, averaging 34 points per game, defensively giving up 60 points per contest. For the Maple River Raiders, they'll roll like this in their starting 5 on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Preston Dowes is a 6' senior guard, 6 points and 6 rebounds here for Dowes. Jonah Thompson, a 6'3" senior forward, averaging just under 2 points and 2 rebounds per game. Damian Norrie, the 5'11" senior guard, averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds. Kobe Wisniewski, the senior guard, can also play a stretch forward, averaging 9.8 points per contest and 3 rebounds. And Blake Thor, the 5'11" senior, averaging 10 points and 2 boards. Dowes, Thompson, Norrie, Wisniewski, and Thor. Maple River, under the guidance of head coach Chase Carpenter, with a mark of 2 wins and 6 losses, averaging 36 points per game, defensively giving up 48 points per contest. Again, that's our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all, from home, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. Chase Miller alongside Aubriana Storhoff with you here tonight from the Raider Activity Center, helping us run the camera. Orion Adargo in the circle, going up against Jonah Thompson. Opening tip at 6:59, and we're underway here for District 1 boys basketball. The Enderlin Eagles will handle the ball on the backcourt, as they'll see this here with Carson Gruba. Gruba will bring it to the front with the rock here as he leaves it right-handed side, as they see this one down to Ethan Simbira. With it on the skip left wing to Nolan Schlecht. Schlecht with it back to Simbira here. Simbira taking a dribble, looking for it on the interior to Maggio. Maggio with the spin off the baseline. No rebound, comes down to Preston Dowes. His first. One and done was the name of the game for head coach Chase Carpenter, saying they have to win the glass. Dowes inside the paint, gives it to Jonah. Thompson now to Thor here, as Thor will take a couple of dribbles. As Thor looking for a man as they see this to the baseline as they able to make the cut on the interior to Kobe. Wisniewski, good pass across the paint to Thompson. Now it goes to Dowes, leaves it back up top to Wisniewski. Back to Preston here. Preston will attack, slip pass inside for Jonah Thompson, and Kayla Maggio will come away with it. And then Jonah Thompson able to get the steal as Thompson will see this now to Blake Thor. Thor at the left wing will handle this one back to Kobe. Wisniewski drive kick to Damian Norrie. Norrie at the right elbow, leaves it to Dowes. Dowes with the shot is up off the iron. No rebound. Thompson. Thompson sees this, and we get a foul on the floor. Jonah Thompson able to get the loose ball here. Foul assessed to Enderlin. That'll be their first, and the foul will be coming to Nolan Schlecht, his first. Well, second chance opportunities here for Maple River. They'll give it to Blake Thor here on the baseline as Thor bounce pass now to Preston. Downs gets walled off there by Adargo. Back to Thor here, guarded by Gruba. Passes across to Damian Norrie. Norrie looking for the shot, going straight up as Maggio. Rebound to Adargo. Orion with a head of steam the other side of the floor, out of bounds, and it will remain Enderlin basketball. On the City Hope scoreboard, these two teams don't necessarily average a ton of points per game offensively, so it could be a first one to 40 to 45. Might win this result. Maple River wants to play a little bit more of a half-court oriented game. Enderlin can do that, but they can get up and down the floor with the as well at times. As opening 2 points coming by Kayla Maggio on the interior here for the Enderlin Eagles. Dow's front court, little shovel pass as they see this to Wisniewski, now to Thor. Thor weaving his way, lost it. Thor will see this one, jump on the inside. Shot is off the mark, no good. And Simbira will come away with the loose ball. As Carson Gruber brings into the front court now for the Enderlin Eagles, guarded by Dowes, as Enderlin will stay in this little zone, trying to apply some pressure on the interior to Maggio. As they see it up top to Gruba, able to reverse it to Ethan. Simbira baseline now to Orion. Adargo with 18 on the shot clock. Jumper from the left elbow. Long off the iron. Good board here from Jonah Thompson. Wants to outlet and run. It's a 3-on-3. Dowes to Thor. Thor at the left wing. Able to find it now to Wisniewski. Kobe leaves it right-hand side to Norrie. Norrie here is Enderlin kind of packing the paint, forcing Maple River to shoot over him. Here's a nice pass across, and there's a foul. Kayla Maggio with the first. That'll be the team's second. Free throws upcoming for Maple River and Damian Norrie, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw attempt of the night for either club, and Norrie misses the first. One thing with Maple River is they're going to weave at you and look to see if they can get to the paint. What defenses will end up doing, and what we've seen so far is they try to pack in the paint a little bit, as the rebound comes down to Ethan Simbira and force you to shoot over the defense. And what we're seeing here from head coach Calvin Kraft. Ball will go right-hand side. Simbira now to Orion. Adargo on the interior. Good hands defensively. Orion gets the ball back. Power dribble off the window. Good for two for Kayla Maggio. Orion Adargo gets the assist. It's a 4-0 lead here for Enderlin. Thor will see this one looking for the ball. Screen takes it. Leaves it left-handed side out to Wisniewski. Kobe back up top now to Damian Norrie, as he leaves a little shot fake here for Dowes to Kobe. Wisniewski gets walled off here on the baseline, back to Dowes. Dowes attacks the paint, leaves it to the left baseline. Here's a shot up and in for two for Damian Norrie. So opening field goal here for Maple River, coming out of the 4:42 mark of the first quarter, and they're down two here on the City Hope scoreboard. All trapping half-court defense now for the Raiders, as the Enderlin Eagles will bring this one up to Carson Gruba. Gruba sees it to the baseline. Here's Simbira, rising three-pointer up. That'll go long. Loose ball eventually will be out of play and go to Maple River. What these teams, in terms of maybe some depth, we'll see throughout the course of the game for Coach Calvin Kraft, able to play 7, 8, 9 guys at a particular time in a rotation during the Barnes County tournament last week. For Chase Carpenter, going to feel good with about 7 or 8 consistently, and there's a turnover here for Preston Dowes. That'll be the team's first. Enderlin will handle this one, a 5-game losing streak against Maple River. 2 years almost to the date since the last time the Eagles have beat the Raiders, after Maple River swept them last season. Gruba throws this one off the window, can't get it. Rebound comes down to Damian Norrie, his first, as they find it now with Kobe Wisniewski. Midway through the first quarter play, Wisniewski to the baseline, now to Dowes. Dowes' jumper from 15 is up and off the front iron. Rebound, one-handed here by Maggio. Kayla Maggio so far 4 points and 2 rebounds here, as Maggio brings the ball in the front court now to Gruba. Simbira leaves it baseline, right pocket three by Adargo. That's going to be short. Rebound here to Blake Thor. Thor in transition, crossing over, gets into the paint, finds it now to Kobe. Wisniewski wraparound pass to Dowes. Preston, nice little shovel pass, gives it to Jonah Thompson, up no, rebound to Maggio. Give credit to Maple River, they make the extra pass, giving up a good shot for a better shot, just unable to find the bottom of the cylinder right now, as they find it here with the Enderlin Eagles. Right-handed side to Simbira. Right wing to Orion. Adargo gets by Jonah, as Adargo gives it back up top now to Gruba. Gruba here leaves it near sideline to Simbira. Baseline to Adargo. Good find on the interior from Maggio. You're trying to front, but if the backside defense doesn't get there quick enough, Caleb Maggio with that 6'6" frame again can pose some issues, and he's posing 6 points right now for the Eagles. Dowes at the right wing, gets inside the paint. Looking for a teammate, finds one to Nori. Nori trying to get by Simbira, slips out of bounds, and it will be a turnover here on Maple River. As Tegan Adargo will check into the game for the Enderlin Eagles, and we'll get also another substitution with Trapper Smith for Maple River, as Mancho will check a break alongside with Thompson here for the Raiders. 2:26 left to play here in the opening quarter. The Enderlin Eagles with Adargo nearly lost it, and there is a turnover. Wisniewski able to curl hop in to the baseline. Shot is up, no. Rebound loose, and eventually Nori will come away with it off the window, and Damien will head to the free throw line. Nori with a couple more free throws coming up here for the Raiders, as a foul will be assessed on Enderlin's Nolan Schlecht, his second and the team's third of the quarter. Free throw on the way for Nori is off the iron. Second one to try to make it a one-possession game early on in the opening quarter. Free throw attempt number 2 up and good. Those will get a substitution into the contest as Jackson Hoy will check in. Nolan Schlecht with those 2 fouls will check out of the game here for Enderlin. The City Hope scoreboard work and play in Hope, North Dakota. From job listings to housing options, you can search hopend.com. 3-point lead for the Enderlin Eagles. Simbira leaves it right-handed side to Jackson Hoy. Hoy with it. Good hands by Blake Thor. Gets the tip, and eventually the steal by Preston Dowes. Dowes right-handed side out of Trapper Smith. Smith jumper from the right elbow. Up off the backboard for 2. Trapper Smith gets in the scoring column. Points off the bench for the Raiders, as they're back within 1 point. Carson Gruba gives it to Orion. Adargo, front court here. Double team coming. And we'll get a timeout. Yes, we will, before the jump ball. 1:34 left to play here in the opening quarter. We'll break as well. Enderlin with the ball up by 1.
Every girl deserves the tools to feel confident, connected, and emotionally strong. At BioGirls, they learn real strategies to manage stress and anxiety, build healthy relationships, and understand their emotions. They strengthen coping skills, gain resilience and confidence, and find a deep sense of belonging through authentic peer connection and strong mentorship. The results? Measurable, meaningful, life-shaping. Find a program near you and register today.
The Maple Valley School District is engaging students in a world-class education, preparing them for lifelong success. Maple Valley serves the surrounding communities of Buffalo, Fingal, Oriska, and Tower City with a grade student-to-teacher ratio per class. For more information, go online to myraiders.org. That's myraiders.org. The Maple Valley School District wishes the best to the Raiders coaches and athletes this season. Go Raiders!
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout on the floor with 1:34 left to play in the opening quarter. The Enderlin Eagles lead it by 1 with the basketball here with Carson Gruba. Right-handed sign now to Tegan Adargo as he looks for Orion, and this one gets batted out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds here by Damian Nori. Zone pressure will continue for Maple River. Winner of this game gets to 1-0 in the district to open up district play. The loser drops to 0-1 with some work to do then out in front of them. As this will find its way to Carson Gruba. Gruba with it back to Adargo. Tegan to Orion here. Orion with a couple of dribbles to Gruba. Gruba trying to see if he can get a shot off as the shot clock goes to Orion. Adargo three-pointer to beat the horn goes long. Rebound tapped down and eventually loose ball. Be last touch here by the Enderlin Eagles with Jackson Hoy. So Dow's able to make the box out. Last touch here by Hoy, and it will be Maple River with the basketball. Good hustle by those two with the 6-foot Hoy going up against the 6-foot Dows. Maple River bounce pass right inside to Preston. Preston will see it here at the free throw line. Drive kick. Trapper Smith open. Three-pointer on the way. That's long. Rebound for Damian Norrie. Wraparound pass to Dows. Dows able to spin off the window. Good for two. And for the first time tonight, the Maple River Raiders have a lead. Damian Norrie with his third rebound here and gets the assist as well for Maple River. And we'll get a foul after nearly steal on the way. Foul on Dows for Maple River. That'll be their first of the quarter and the first here on Preston. What's coming in will be Kayla Maggio. As checking out will be Jackson Hoy. And Kayla Maggio right now with all 6 points for the Enderlin Eagles. As Maple River not with, in terms of a big man like a Thompson or Tiki on the interior, so they will have to pay a lot of attention on the inside. As Gruba up top, 3-second differential between shot clock and the game clock. As Simbira with the skip pass to Teagan. As Odargo gives it back around the world to Simbira, right-hand side to Orion. Odargo step through, lost it, gives it now to Simbira, right to the key. Three-pointer is going to go long. Rebound tipped in the hands of Teagan. Odargo sees this one to Maggio, and there's a foul on the floor. Second one for Maple River. This can give the Enderlin Eagles the final shot of the quarter with 10.4 left to play in the first. Thor with the foul, his first, is Maggio to inbound. Caleb right inside to Orion. Back inside to Maggio. Double team comes Maggio to Odargo to Gruba. Three-pointer left wing off the front iron. Good box out on the interior by Trapper Smith. That allowed Preston Dows to collect a loose ball, and Maple River will take a 1-point lead going into quarter number 2. On the City of Hope scoreboard, it's the Raiders 7, the Eagles 6.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
As we go to the second quarter play, Maple River up by 1, led by the 3 points and 3 rebounds of Damian Norrie, while Kayla Maggio 6 points and 3 boards to lead the way for the Enderlin Eagles as this one goes out of bounds, and it will be a last touch here by Gruba. As the Enderlin Eagles were saying that it was off the stomach of Blake Thor that never grazed the hand of Gruba, but from the official's point of view, enough by number 11 to deflect it, so it will be Maple River with the ball. Trapper Smith up top to Preston. Dows with a couple of dribbles, able to spin, gets walled off here, finds it to Smith. He'll rise, he'll shoot. The three-pointers up off the rim, no good. Box it on the inside to Ethan. Simbiro will grab the third rebound here for the Enderlin Eagles as Enderlin leaves it right-handed side of Simbira. Now to Orion. Odargo here on the baseline, able to curl hop to the paint, shot no. Rebound on the inside, and coming away with it is Norrie. Damian with his fourth board on the interior. Trapper Smith will handle it now. Smith at the right wing finds the trailing Norrie. Norrie inside, sees this one, block shot by Maggio. Norrie able to stay with it though. Pass goes to Blake Thor. Thor jumper from 14. That'll go long, but a rebound here for Blake as Thor sees this one on the end line to Norrie. Nice find on the interior, off the window for Dows, can't get it, and a rebound for Nolan Schlecht. Well, Maple River getting good opportunities, and they're winning the battle on the boards, just can't find the bottom of the cylinder. Simbiro right-handed side, looks for a teammate, nothing there, up top to Gruba, able to reverse it now to Schlecht. Schlecht here at the left wing, free throw line extended. We'll see it now to Simbiro with 16 on the shot clock. Back up top to Gruba here as they work it around to Orion. Odargo step through now, gives it back to Schlecht. Schlecht gets walled off here by Smith. Maggio posting up on the interior. The double team comes late, and Maggio takes advantage. Kayla Maggio now with 8. as Enderlin leads it by 1. Wisniewski sees this one to Dow's. This one goes through his hands, and Trapper Smith saves it before it was nearly out of bounds. Through into the front row to a popcorn holder. As Dow's right-handed side of Trapper Smith with 15 on the shot clock. Wisniewski on this drive, able to weave his way on the interior. Shot is up, in and out, no good. And Maggio gets his 4th rebound of the game. The Enderlin Eagles will handle this one with Carson Gruba. As Gruba will handle this right-handed side to Ethan Simbira, right wing to Odargo. Orion gives it back up top to Gruba here as they work it back to Odargo. Double team comes, Gruba finds it left-handed side. Schleck, left pocket 3 is up and off the iron, no good. Rebound though for Schleck, and we'll get a foul on the floor. What a follow your shot there for Nolan Schlecht. Foul will be assessed to the Enderlin Eagles, to the Maple River Raiders. It'll be their first, and Damian Norrie will pick up the foul. That'll be his first time on the floor for the head coach of the Raiders. And again, is Chase Carpenter. We'll break with them here on the City of Hope scoreboard. It is the Maple River Raiders down by 1. Enderlin with the ball when we return.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
When we come back, an Orion Odargo miss from the left block. Rebound comes down to Kobe Wisniewski. Now it's Maple River with the basketball for the timeout by Chase Carpenter. As Enderlin again back in the paint, kind of trying to run Blake Thur off the three-point line here with Trapper Smith. Now gives it back up top to Kobe Wisniewski. That's more of a triangle and 2 right now here for the Enderlin Eagles. Jumper is up off the mark, no good by Smith. Rebound Thompson, and there's a foul. Jonah Thompson gets the rebound, his 3rd. Foul assessed on Caleb Maggio, his 2nd, team's first of the quarter. And what Enderlin is doing again, a little triangle and 2, and the 2 is with Blake Thur and Kobe Wisniewski, and forcing someone else to hit an outside shot and pack the paint in. As Jonah Thompson hits the free throw. First tie of the evening here at 8 apiece. So a free throw attempt on the way, up and off the iron. Rebound by Maggio, his 5th. Working on a double-double type of a performance here for the sophomore. Near sideline, Simbira at the right wing, able to skip it to Schlecht. Schlecht left-handed side with the basketball. Crow hops in the paint, off the window, no. Rebound to Jonah Thompson. Thompson will see this one to Dow's. Dow's gives it up the floor. Nice find to Trapper Smith in transition for 2. Dow's with the assist and a nice pass to Trapper Smith. Smith's got 4 points off the bench. Odargo. Front court here for Orion. Left-handed side to Nolan Schlecht as they give it back up top to Gruba. Enderlin with it on the baseline. Orion Odargo, high post to Gruba. Gruba leaves it right-handed side. This one will be a turnover here for the Enderlin Eagles. As Enderlin was looking for a tip ball. Nothing granted, as it will be Maple River with the basketball. Raiders with 3 points in the quarter. And so far for Enderlin, they have 2 in the second. Blake Thur at the free throw line to Wisniewski. Kobe handles this one, jumper from 13. That'll rim roll and get the shooter's roll to go. Kobe with his first field goal of the game, and Maple River has their largest lead at 4. Gruba able to see this to Schlecht. This one goes through his hands, able to spin. Schlecht finds it to Gruba. Gruba at the left-handed side. Finds it to Maggio, but Dow's gets the steal. Wisniewski goes the other side of the floor in transition. Kobe jumper is up off the front iron. Rebound tipped eventually to Dow's. Dow's will see this back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski inside the paint, off the window, no. And a rebound to Maggio. The Enderlin Eagles with Carson Gruba, left-handed side of Schlecht. It's on the deck, and eventually will get a jump on the arrow. Will stay with the Enderlin Eagles. School basketball in a game that's 20 minutes old here tonight from Tower City. Substitution as Carson Brash will check in, the 6'2 sophomore here for Maggio at 3:37 left to play in the opening half. Enderlin will handle this one with Gruba left in its side as they're looking for the baseline to Orion. Dargo left pocket three off the iron, no good. Rebound eventually going to be won by Simbura as Ethan gets his fourth of the contest. Schlecht weaving his way in the paint, block shot Kobe, and it'll be off the hands of an Eagle here and make its way towards Maple River after it goes through Carson Brash's fingertips. Made field goal here, and possibly the first three-pointer of the game would give Maple River a three-possession lead. Enderlin looking for a stop and score to get back within a possession in their own right. Wisniewski crossing over, jumper from 13 off the iron, no. Rebound Thompson, it's still loose, and eventually the Raiders will come away with it. They get another crack at this one. Wisniewski to Dow's. Dow's pass inside, good find, and Preston's got another one. Nice assist by Preston Dow's, feeds it to Jonah Thompson, and Maple River leads it by 6. Schlecht off of his hands, turnover for the Enderlin Eagles. Well, Preston Dow's has made a couple really nice passes, and goes back to what Chase Carpenter said in our pregame show, saying we're kind of allowing the ball to flow through his hands a little bit more and kind of be that point guard for us and make the right decision. Dow's at the high post. Step through, off the window, good for 2. Well, there's another good decision. Preston now with 4. Maple River leads it here by 8. Enderlin gives the ball right back to Dow's, to Smith, off the window, up and in for 2. And Dow's gets another assist. And the Raiders, since it was an 8-all affair at the 5:09 mark, are on a 10-0 run. On the City of Hope scoreboard, Maple River up by 10.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
18-8 in favor of Maple River here on YourLiveEvent.com. In the opening half of play from Tower City. Again, a 10-0 run by the Raiders as Enderlin and take care of the ball in this possession. As Gruba gets it across the timeline with a second to spare as Maggio is newly inserted. Dargo weaves his way inside the paint. Right-handed scoop, no. Rebound here for Jonah Thompson. Jonah's got 6 boards in the game. Pass goes to Smith, and this will be a turnover. One thing to note for Maple River right now, 5 boards for Damian Norrie and 6 rebounds for Jonah Thompson so far, as those two have kind of had the tag team duo of trying to get in front and also box out Maggio here defensively. Pass is going to get thrown away for Enderlin, as they're asking to see if it was a tip ball. Nothing was granted. Turnover here for the Enderlin Eagles. As Maple River with Blake Thor, we'll see this one to Preston Dow's. And the Raiders trying to add on to this advantage right now as he leaves it left and inside to Wisniewski. Wisniewski gives it to Blake. Thor rising, shooting, and scoring. Thor with the triple from the left wing. His first three-pointer of the night, and that's the first 3 for either club as the Raiders with a 14-point quarter. Schlecht lost it. Dow's gets the steal. Preston to Smith. Bounce pass to Dow's. Good way to get back defensively for Nolan Schlecht. As checking in will be Archer Chamberlain, the 6'1 freshman forward. As Chamberlain will come into the game for the Enderlin Eagles. Nolan Schlecht will check out. Maple River to inbound it. Dow's sees it to Smith. Trapper up top now to Kobe. Wisniewski taking the ball screen here. Kobe right-handed side to Trapper Smith. Right pocket three is going to be long. Rebound tipped and eventually here to Blake as Thor finds this one now to Dowse. Dowse gets walled off to Smith. Smith open again for another triple attempt. This one off the iron. Backside rebound comes to Carson Gruba. The board by Carson. Foul will be assessed on Thor. His second, team's second. And we'll see a substitution with Blake with those two fouls. We'll check out as Damian Norrie will come into the game here for Maple River. As the Enderlin Eagles with Carson Gruba. I'm going to contend again with this full court pressure defense where the Raiders will look to trap when they can. Gruba, front court, right wing. There's the trap to Simbira. Simbira able to skip this one. Good hand by Damian Norrie. Norrie finds this in the front court now as he slows it up and sets up the offense for the Raiders. Norrie left-handed side to Dowse. Dowse will see it back to Kobe. Wisniewski left wing to Trapper Smith. Smith with a ball fake here, taking a couple of dribbles right-handed side to Preston. Dowse here the free throw line, back to Kobe. Little shot fake there is Wisniewski off the window, no. Rebound though for Thompson. Able to see this left-handed side jumper by Damian Norrie, no good. And Simbira will come away with it. His fifth board of the game. Arana Dargo able to sprint this one up the floor as he sees it now to Gruba. Right wing to Simbira. Simbira finds it back to Gruba here. Left-handed side to Chamberlain. Chamberlain back up top to Gruba. 5 seconds to Simbira. Simbira back to Gruba with 3, with 2. Gruba, crow hop in the paint. Right-handed scoop to beat the horn. And Carson Gruba gets the second field goal of the quarter here for the Enderlin Eagles. It's the Maple River Raiders 21, Enderlin 10 at the half. The Raiders lead by 11 as we continue with our halftime show coming up from Tower City.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-size hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you here from the Raider Activity Center in Tower City. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast. For more on high school sports coming up throughout the week, simply go to our website or check out our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event, or go to YourLiveEvent.com. BlaiseBasketball.com for upcoming games throughout the week here and into the weekend, whether it's high school hockey to wrestling, basketball, and more. We got you covered right here on YourLiveEvent.com. Take a look at the first half numbers as they go like this. For the Maple River Raiders, they have 6 players in the scoring column. They're 2 of 6 from the free throw line with 19 rebounds and 3 turnovers. While for the Enderlin Eagles team numbers, 2 players in the scoring column. They've yet to shoot a free throw attempt, 0 threes, 16 rebounds, and 10 turnovers here for the Enderlin Eagles. Maple River led by the 6 points off the bench for Trapper Smith. Smith, the 5'10 senior guard, again with 6 points. Preston Dow's with 4 points and 3 rebounds. 3 points for Jonah Thompson and 7 boards. 3 points for Damian Norrie with 5 rebounds as well. Blake Thor with 3 points, 3 boards, and Kobe Wisniewski with 2 points here for the Maple River Raiders. Again, Maple River led by the 6 of Trapper Smith. While for the Enderlin Eagles, they're led by Kayla Maggio with 8 points and 6 rebounds, as Maggio scored the first 6 points and eventually the first 8 points of the game, that is, for the Enderlin Eagles. Carson Grubel with a made field goal to beat the Horn to go into the halftime break. Ethan Simbira with 5 rebounds. He got 2 boards for Nolan Schlecht. Orion Adargo with 1 board, and Tegan Adargo with 1 rebound as well. Again, Enderlin led by the 8 of Maggio. Maple River led by the 6 of Trapper Smith. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know what's coming up next for the Raiders and the Eagles when it comes to boys basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
What One Stop Shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as the sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
High school basketball here today from the Raider Activity Center in Tower City. It's Maple River and Enderlin. Taking a look at what's to come for both these two squads. The Enderlin Eagles will play on Friday back in Enderlin, hosting the Bison of Barnes Sky North for another District 1 competition. Then a busy week for the Eagles as well into the weekend at Nelson County on Saturday, then home on Monday, then at South Border on Monday. So home game Friday against BCN, then road games on Saturday at Nelson County and Monday at South Border. While for Maple River, they'll be back in action on Friday as well down at Sargent County. We'll have that for you right here on YLE on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, for the Raiders for their second District 1 contest. Monday, it's a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Girls up first at 6 with the boys to follow at 7:30 between Hatton Northwood and alongside Maple River, in boys basketball and girls hoops here for a doubleheader. Then on January the 26th, they'll make their way to Ellendale. The District 1 boys basketball tournament this year will be located on the campus of Valley City State University February 27th, 28th, and March the 2nd. The regional will also be at VCSU on March 9th, 10th, and the 12th, with the State B tournament at the Monet State Dome for boys basketball this season on the 19th and the 21st. For the B, whether you're girls or boys, you want to make your way to the Magic City. The first weekend in March is the girls state basketball tournament for Division B. Division A will be at Jamestown for the girls. A double A then will be sandwiched in between the A and B boys. It'll be the 19th through the 21st, with the A tournament going to be at the Fargo Dome, B again at the Mott State Dome on the boys' side. We'll take a break, and we come back after this. We'll get you ready for second half action here from the Raider Activity Center. Maple River leads it by 11 over Enderlin as we get you ready for the second half.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
As we get you ready for the second half on yourliveevent.com, Maple River, 7 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second. Enderlin Eagles, 6 points in the first quarter and 4 points in quarter number 2. Maple River in their white attire, the Enderlin Eagles in their black attire here on this Tuesday night. Crazy to think we're already through the midway point of March here. In 2 days, already beat to January the 15th. Up top as Enderlin will stay out in this little triangle in 2, as the 2 again is with Gruba and alongside Schleck trying to get by the 2 that just scored here at Blake Thor with the triple. As Thor hits his second three-pointer of the contest. Trying to triangle in 2, both Wisniewski and Thor. Enderlin with Gruba, 10-second call, and it will be a turnover here on the Enderlin Eagles. So Blake now with 6 points as we'll handle it for Maple River in the front court. Dow's, Thor, Nori, Wisniewski, and Thompson, while for Enderlin, Maggio, Orina Dargo, Gruba, Schlecht, and Simbura here for the Enderlin Eagles to start this second half of play. Dow's right-handed side, directing traffic, sees this one as they make their way through. As Dow's does it one more time to the right wing. Jumper here will be long. A rebound, though, for Damian Nori for a second, but he was out of bounds. And the Raiders will see this one make its way towards the Enderlin Eagles. As Enderlin with a Dargo of the near sideline finds it to Gruba here. As Gruba gets it across the timeline to Maggio, baseline Simbira. Ethan steps through, double team, bounce pass gets intercepted. Thompson finds it to Dow's. Wisniewski the other side off the window. No, look at the cleanup though by Preston. Dow's now 6 points, 4 rebounds, and a handful of assists for Maple River as they lead it by 16. Dargo to Gruba. Here is Gruba, right-handed side with the basketball. Able to see it near side to Schlecht. Schlecht with a ball fake, left of the key, gives it up top, and Dow's gets another steal. Preston then comes back, and Schlecht able to get the turnover back to Gruba. Gruba other side, high off the window. Nice move for Carson Gruba. Able to stick that one in the paint. Other side goes Damian Nori, though, and Nori gets fouled as Damian will head to the free throw line. 3 points in the game, foul assessed here to the Eagles. Orina Dargo with his first, team's first of the quarter, and we'll see free throw attempts where Maple River so far is 2 of 6 from the free throw line as a team. Nori up and in on the first, now with 4. As we'll see, a substitution is Archer Chamberlain will check into the game. As we'll see, Nolan Schlecht checking out. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Damian Nori is good. So Nori now with 5. Maple River, team that averages 36 points per game, 8 away from that plateau. While for the Enderlin Eagles, a squad that averages 34 points per game with some work to do offensively here as Gruba finds it to Orina Dargo. A Dargo at the free throw line, able to come into the paint, high off the window, no. Rebound, loose ball, won by Jonah Thompson, his 8th. Here's sideline for Damian Nori as Nori gives it back to Thor. Thor right of the key, able to see it now to Dow's. Dow's on the baseline with the pass to Wisniewski. Kobe crossing over right to left. Finds the pass to Jonah Thompson, up and in for 2. Good ball movement, got the reversal. Thompson has a defender on his back hip, and Jonah Thompson now with 5 points and 8 rebounds. Gruba finds it to Orion, back to Gruba here. Gruba bounce pass to Maggio. Maggio at the right wing, up top to Carson Gruba, as Gruba calls out the offense, leaves it up top to Odargo. Orion left in inside to Chamberlain, baseline. Simbira, left pocket 3 long, rebound to Wisniewski. Kobe with the loose board, the other side of the floor, able to see this to Thur. Thur at the right wing, back to Wisniewski, right of the key, 3-pointers up, that'll go short. Rebound nearly saved by Damian Nori as it goes out of bounds. Nearly 3 minutes in to the third quarter here. The Raiders lead by 18 points. Maple River with 9 points in the quarter, while you have 2 points here for the Enderlin Eagles in the third. Substitutions coming into the game for the Enderlin Eagles. Carson Brash is able to return with Chamberlain, Gruba here for the Eagles, and Orion Dargo here as Orion uses up that dribble. Finds it now to Gruba. Gruba weaving his way on the interiors. Trapper Smith comes back in now for Maple River. Orion with the step through, and we'll see foul shots upcoming here for Dargo. Foul assessed on the Maple River Raiders as Orion will head to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Foul assessed to Jonah Thompson, his first and the team's first of the quarter. Dargo free throw attempt is up and good. As Orion now with the made free throw attempts. Kobe Wisniewski will check into the game for Maple River. Free throw attempt number 2 is up and good as well. So Orion Dargo able to hit that one as Wisniewski will check out. You have Thor alongside with Dowes, Thompson, Trapper Smith, and Damian Nori on the floor right now for the Raiders. Damian Nori will handle this one. Back to Thor. Blake rising from the right wing. 3-pointers up off the iron. No. Look at Dowes, though, for the rebound. Gives it back out to Trapper Smith. Smith thought about a 3. Now back to Thor. Right of the key. 3-pointer up off the iron. No. And this will go out of bounds. Last touch here by Smith. Preston Dowes, though, very consistent in terms of what he's been able to do tonight. 6 points, 5 boards, handful of assists as Caleb Maggio will check in now for the Enderlin Eagles. Enderlin looking for a little run. The difference in this game as it stands right now is that 10-point run for Maple River when it was tied at 8 in the second quarter. They got up to an 18-8 lead with 2:21 left to play in the half, and since then they have been up by double digits in this contest. Maggio with the basketball on the interior for a second, but that one on the pass took him to the near sideline. Turnover for the Enderlin Eagles. Also district games in action tonight for District 1 openers in boys basketball. Richland at Hankinson, Oaks up at Barnes County North, Weimar-Lidgewood visiting Tri-State, and then Sargent County at Ellendale in a non-district matchup here this evening. Blake Thor taking a couple screens, finds it to Smith, open 3-pointer up and in. Trapper Smith now with 9. For Maple River, they've been able to hit 2 threes in the quarter. As Orion Dargo sees this one up, and the pass is going to be tipped out of bounds. Good hands defensively as Maple River will see this one here on the near sideline with the basketball as Orion Dargo will inbound it to Carson Gruba. Gruba right of the key, leaves it left and inside to Orion. 3-pointer is up and book it. Orion Dargo with the triple here on the Raiders. We'll see Enderlin call a timeout. First 3-pointer of the game here for Enderlin with 3:34 left to play in the quarter. Maple River up by 16.
Maple River Raider fans, it's game time. Your high school athletes are giving it their all, and they need you in the stands, on the sidelines, and behind the scenes. So grab your gear, bring the noise, and show your Raider pride all season long. Let's rally behind the Raiders and make a difference.
On behalf of the Raider volleyball team, we thank you for your support. Go Raiders!
To the near side, Sophia Satchram, get up and put it down.
From Raider football, thanks for your support.
Money, and Warren is gone. Touchdown, Maple River. Today on high school basketball here from the Raider Activity Center, Maple River with 12 points in the quarter to Enderlin 7. Enderlin after the timeout by head coach Calvin Kraft will have a couple remaining, 2 to be precise. Little full court pressure defense. Damian Nori here at the right wing finds it to Thor. Gives it back up top to Preston as Thor will see it at the right wing. Back to Dow's. Dow's with it, right short corner to Damian Norrie. Shot is up, no rebound to Maggio. Caleb with his 7th board of the game. Dargo up the floor to Gruba, who tries to save it, but this one will go out of bounds. And we'll go right back here to Maple River. Most points this season scored for Enderlin, 53 against Strasburg, Zeeland. Maple River with 48 against Lisbon in their season opener. Thompson finds it to Thor here. Thor at the right wing. Back up top as Enderlin, little zone defense. This one goes to Trapper Smith. Shot, no. Rebound tipped a couple times, and eventually Maggio will come away with the loose ball. And Caleb Maggio, the 6'6 sophomore, showing you his handles as it goes to Dargo, left and inside to Gruba. Little shot fake. Gruba with the pass to Maggio, but as he was going to go up with it, just lost it on his hip and a turnover as it goes out of bounds here for Enderlin. As Trapper Smith will check in now for Kobe. Wisniewski will check into the game as Smith will come out. Raiders will handle this one with Wisniewski near side. This will be an over and back violation. Turnover here on Maple River, their 6th. Game number 9 of the season for the Raiders. Game number 8 of the year for Enderlin as the Eagles looking to improve to 2-6. Maple River looking to improve to 3-6, but the overall record doesn't matter at this point. It's all the district games, trying to improve to 1-0 in district play for both of these teams. Dargo will get fouled, and free throws upcoming, as a foul will be assessed here to Maple River, as this one will go to Thor, his 3rd, and the team's 2nd of the quarter. As Orion free throw attempt is up and short. Second free throw attempt on the way here for the Enderlin Eagles upcoming. As Dargo sees this one up and in. We get a substitution as Trapper Smith will check in for Thor. Ryan Dargo coming alive here in the quarter, averaging just under 11 points per game. Has yet to score in the first half until the 3rd, as he currently has 6 points and is 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in the 3rd. Norrie, front court. Damian leaves it baseline. Kobe. Wisniewski, couple of dribbles. Shot is up over Maggio. No. Rebound loose on the inside. Will be last touch here off Orion and remain Enderlin to play a little defense. That was Maple River with Dow's to inbound. Preston to Damian. Norrie weaving his way, looking to spin. Blocked shot here by Dargo. And blocked by Orion as they leave it right-handed side to Trapper Smith. Smith now to Wisniewski. Wisniewski ankle cross. Gruba nearly got the steal. Back right-handed side. Kobe rising. Three-pointers up and in. Tickles a twine from 19-9 is Kobe Wisniewski now with 5. Raiders 3 threes here in the quarter. Orion Dargo, right wing, able to pop the pass, gets deflected by Thompson out of bounds, and will remain Enderlin basketballs. Ethan Simbira will check into the game here for the Enderlin Eagles. Enderlin trying to see if they can get this one to 15, 14 points before the quarter. While if you're Maple River, can you get this north of 20? Have a little cushion going to that 4th. Carson Gruba, couple of dribbles, goes behind the back. Good step through by Gruba, off the window for 2. Carson Gruba with a good move. He's got 6. Enderlin back within 16 as Wisniewski will see this one on the skip to Smith. Trapper, three-pointer off the iron, no. Rebound is loose, and eventually Thompson takes it away, finds it to Preston. Dow's up, no. Rebound, Thompson, put back, yes. Jonah Thompson, 7 points, 10 rebounds here for the senior. Backcourt, Orion Dargo sees his way, finds it. Good hands by Norrie, nearly got it. Back right-handed side to Chamberlain. On the interior as this one works its way up top now to Gruba. Right wing 3 is up off the iron, no good. It's a loose ball. Eventually it's loose, and we'll see it here for the Enderlin Eagles to give it away after the rebound and a foul. And the chance with the loose ball there was brash. Foul will be assessed here to Gruba. That'll be Kirsten's first and the team's 2nd here in the quarter as Maple River will inbound the basketball. Jonah Thompson has been a one-man wrecking crew here for the senior. 10 rebounds here tonight. As we see this one now to Wisniewski. Kobe, bounce pass to Dow's. Dow's back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski weaving his way. Teardropper inside the paint. No. Rebound tipped down eventually to the hands of Damian Norrie. Norrie with his 6th board back to Kobe. And for Maple River, they can eventually hold for the final shot of the quarter if they so desire, as they will give it back up top to Preston with 22 left in the quarter. Dows to Damian Norrie here at the left wing as Enderlin will stay in this zone. Right-handed side, pass, finds it to Kobe. Wisniewski, jumper from 10, no rebound here for Orion. Dargo goes the other side, guarded by Dows, and a hand check foul here for Preston. Dows with his second. That'll be the team's third of the quarter. Substitution in for Charlie McCullough, as Charlie will come in here for Maple River, as Dows with those two fouls will get a little breather with 8.2 left in the third. As Enderlin with Carson Gruba taking a couple of dribbles, seeing if he can get another buzzer beater here in the game. Gruba off the iron. That's how we'll end our third quarter of play. It's the Maple River Raiders 38, Enderlin Eagles 20 as we head to the fourth.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
As we go to the final 8 minutes of play here on YourLiveEvent.com, Maple River with a 17-point quarter to Enderlin's 10 as they lead it by 18, currently led by the 9 points of Trapper Smith, 7 points here for Jonah Thompson for the Raiders. The Enderlin Eagles up by the 8 of Majo, 6 for Gruba, and 6 by Orion and Dargo here for Enderlin. Ball goes right-handed side to Orion. Dargo finds it to Gruba. Jumper from the free throw line goes long. Rebound is loose, and eventually ball out of play. Last touch by Preston. Good hustle by Gruba to force Dows to try to hustle after that one and grab it and turn the other way as he had a bearing down Gruba right on his heels. Majo left and inside to Carson. Carson bounce pass to Orion. Left baseline triple is up. That goes long. Rebound by Schlecht, and there's a foul underneath. Nolan Schlecht with his third board. Foul assessed to Wisniewski, his first, and team's first of the quarter. Enderlin will inbound it with Ethan Simbira. Simbira looking for a slip as this one gets deflected. Good hands on the way by Charlie McCullough. Then McCullough will give it right back here to the Enderlin Eagles. So a turnover for a turnover in a game that started back at 6:59, nearing the 1 hour mark here this evening in Tower City. Enderlin to inbound it as they see it to Orion Dargo here. Dargo left and it's side as they give it back up top to Gruba. Simbira left wing ball fake. Now up top to Gruba one more time as they find it. Right wing to Nolan Schlecht. Schlecht up top to Gruba, able to reverse it to Simbira with a ball fake. Ethan with a couple of dribbles on the short corner. Back to Gruba here. Gruba weaving his way through, and there's a turnover. Kobe Wisniewski goes the other side. It's to Dows. Right-handed scoop for 2. Preston Dows now with 8. Dargo. Front court. Orion. Dows able to get the steal as Preston finds it here to Charlie McCullough. Preston Dows left-handed side, rising. Wisniewski, three-pointer goes long. Rebound, Dows, put back, no. And it's a loose ball, and eventually Majo will come away with it as Gruba hit the deck hard. Majo with his 9th rebound of the game. 1 board and a made field goal here away from a double-double for Kayla Majo. Simbiro left-handed side up top to Gruba. Able to reverse it to Orion. He'll step into a three-pointer. That was halfway down and out. Rebound to Thor, as we've seen a couple of those rattle in and out here for Orion so far this evening. Thor near sideline, taking a couple of dribbles. Able to see this one up top. Now to Wisniewski. Kobe taking the screen back to Dows. Dows able to find it to the left pocket. Here goes a Thor, a three-pointer up, and that'll go long. Rebound, good box out by Simbiro. That allowed Gruba to go handle the loose ball. Gruba, right-handed side to Orion. As Dargo able to spin off the window, no. Rebound to Blake. Thor gets his 5th board of the game as Thor comes to the near side, crossing over right to left, trying to get by Simbira. Turnaround jumper up off the window, good for 2. Thor now has 8 and a nice little transition bucket here for Maple River. Raiders up by 22 as Orion Dargo in the front court finds it to Schlecht. Schlecht will see this one here on the right block, off the window, no. Rebound here to Preston. Dowles will handle it the other side. Good find to Damian Norrie. Look at this spin move by Damian No, and a putback by Preston Dowles. As Dowles will see this to the free throw line with his 8th board, and Dowles also working on a nice performance. 8 points, 8 rebounds. Probably got about 5 assists as well here for the senior guard, as the foul was by Nolan Schlecht, his 3rd and the team's 1st of the quarter. Free throw attempt for Preston is up and in. Dow's now with 9 points as Jonah Thompson will check in for Kobe Wisniewski. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Preston. As we get the tying of the shoelace for Carson Gruba, making sure everything's good to roll. Enderlin scoreless here in the 4th quarter, while Maple River, they currently have 5 points. Free throw attempts number 2 on the way. Is off the iron, rebound tipped. Here goes Thompson. Thompson put back off the window. Jonah Thompson, 9 points, 11 rebounds as he's working on a double-double. Nearly intercepted. Maple River will handle this one as they do with Gruba. Gruba step through. Gruba bounce pass up top to Simbira, able to see it left-handed side as this one goes into the high post. Back to Simbira here. Simbira able to float one inside the paint, up and off the mark, no good, as Dow's gets the rebound. Chase Carpenter mentioned that they had to rebound the ball well tonight if they wanted a chance to beat Enderlin and try to minimize the Eagles to one and done. They've done that pretty well throughout the course of the evening. Jumper here from the baseline is off the mark, no good by McCullough. Loose ball goes down to Carson Gruba, his 3rd. Gruba then pickpocket steal by Thor. Thor up the near sideline with 4:40 left to play in Maple River. If they elect to, they can try to milk the clock here, up by 25 and a timeout here for Chase Carpenter. With 4:34 left to play in the 4th quarter, Raiders lead it by 25.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Every girl deserves the tools to feel confident, connected, and emotionally strong. At BioGirls, they learn real strategies to manage stress and anxiety, build healthy relationships, and understand their emotions. They strengthen coping skills, gain resilience and confidence, and find a deep sense of belonging through authentic peer connection and strong mentorship. The results? Measurable, meaningful, life-shaping. Find a program near you and register today.
Today on high school basketball on YourLiveEvent.com, on the City of Hope scoreboard, Maple River 45-20 here over the Enderlin Eagles. Make sure you stay tuned with us on our post-game show. Player of the game, play of the contest, that and more is still to come a little bit later on as well. As they see this to Smith, right-handed side to Damian Norrie. Norrie with the loose ball, finds it now to Thor. Thor at the free throw line, good pass to Trapper. Good hand defensively by Simbira as it goes out of bounds. Simbira might have deflected that one, they say it will be, so it will remain Maple River basketball. Shot, though, never drew iron, so the shot clock will stay at 12 seconds as Maple River will inbound this one here with Damian Norrie. Norrie finds it to Thor. Left baseline 3 is up and off the rim. A rebound, though, for Trapper Smith, as Smith sees it now to Thor. And again, you can take the air out of the basketball right now for Maple River. Up by 25. Smith, though, get a good look at it. Can't find it. Rebound from Maggio. That's his 10th board of the game. A field goal away from a 10-point, 10-rebound kind of a night here for Caleb. Simbira left wing. Maggio able to find it now to Orion. Deep three-pointer for Dargo's up and in. Dargo with the triple. He's got 9. And a deep 3 at that. Thor finds it right inside of Damian Norrie. Norrie at the right wing sees this. Flips it to Thor here. It was Thor at the right wing. Bounce pass up top to Smith. Smith finds it left and inside as they're able to weave it back to Blake. Thor crossing over, finds it left and inside to Trapper. Smith with the basketball. Now to Damian Norrie. Norrie with a good nail pick. Bounce pass to Jonah Thompson for 2. There's your double-double. Thompson with 11 and 11 on the night. A honey of a pass there for another senior and Damian Norrie. Good cut. Good bounce pass across the paint. Orion Dargo skips it now to Gruba. Gruba looking for a 3. Rainbow 3 goes short. Rebound here, though, to Gruba, as Gruba will find it back to Simbira. Simbira on the baseline, and good hands defensively on the tip by Damian Norrie. As we'll see Kobe Wisniewski checking in and Preston Dowes as well. Enderlin. Simbira sees it left and inside to Gruba. Gruba back up top between the rings. Dow's on the guard as they leave it now to Orion. Skip pass to Simbira. He steps back for a three-pointer up, and that'll go long. Rebound, one on the inside, but it will be out of bounds as both Thor and Wisniewski were battling for it, not seeing that it was a white jersey between two of them. As the ball will be assessed now to Kayla Maggio. Maggio, right-handed side, we'll see it now to Carson Brash. Brash back to Orion. Dargo on the baseline with the basketball. Gives it right to the key to Brash. Back up top as this one will make its way to Simbira. As Enderlin trying to work the offense, and this could be a foul on Maggio on the inside away from the ball, trying to get in front of Jonah Thompson. It will be. Maggio with his third and the team's second. As a substitution, Jonah Thompson will check out. Coming in will be Owen Ticky, the 6'3" junior forward. Enderlin, full court pressure defense. Maple River with Dow's looking for a teammate. Able to see this one to Ticky. Ticky up top to Wisniewski, and Wisniewski sees the traffic fly in front of him. Dow's sets it up. Back to Thor to Ticky, baseline here. As Maple River able to move the ball around offensively. Left and inside to Wisniewski. Skip it to Blake. Thor rising three-pointers up. That'll go long. Rebound, eventually one though for Kobe. Wisniewski with his third board of the game as Preston Dow's will see this one on the slip to the left wing to Wisniewski. Able to see it to Blake. Thor back up top to Preston as Dow's calls out the offense to Ticky. Bounce pass right-handed side as Maple River able to again minimize the possessions of this game with that second chance and just continue to work the basketball around here in the half court for the Raiders. Wisniewski left-handed side. Ball's not sticking. Dow's to the baseline, and this will be a turnover here for Maple River. So far, a good balanced attack for Coach Carpenter's club. 11 for Thompson, 9 for Dow's, 9 for Smith, and also Blake Thor has 8 here for the Raiders. Well, for the Enderlin Eagles, they'll leave it with Carson Gruba, right-hand side to Simbira. Simbira, top of the key to Maggio, able to find it now to Gruba. Gruba goes behind the back, looking for the step through, high off the window. Can't get it to go in a rebound for Wisniewski. Kobe with his fourth board of the contest, and Chase Carpenter. We'll see Maple River bring in the front court, and we'll get a substitution timeout on the floor. So the Maple River Raiders with this result will improve to 1-0 in district play, while Enderlin will drop to 0-1. It's a pretty much a clearing of the bench for both of these two teams, as Maple River, again, really good performance across the board from their respective starters and what they were able to do here tonight. Not a great start from the Raiders. It was a good start for Enderlin as Kayla Maggio scored 6 points in the quarter as Enderlin led it 6-2 with 2.5 minutes left in the first. And Maggio also hit one early on in the second quarter, got 8 to tie it up at 8 apiece, but once it was tied at 8 at the 5:09 mark, Maple River went on a 10-0 run to make it 18-8 late in the first half, and Maple River would never make it a single-digit score since that 10-0 run there in that second quarter. As we'll see this now, James Buckey leaves it right-handed side as the Raiders working with it with Brennan Anderson on the interior, and Anderson led a free throw line to shoot 2. Foul comes across here on Charles Powers as Powers will pick up the foul. Here's Maple River also to bring on under the 5'6" junior into the contest. Able to see this up, and that'll be short Bridger Kozowski. 5'9" junior into the contest as well here for Maple River. Free throw attempts here for Brennan Anderson on the second is up and in. So Anderson gets on the board for Maple River as they've tied a season high in scoring here at 48 points. Lisbon Broncos in the season opener was the last time Maple River scored 48 back on December the 13th. Ball works up top to Powers. Enderlin left in inside of Tegan Adargo. Also Jackson Hoy able to get back in the game as well for the Enderlin Eagles. As Enderlin will see this one up top, that'll be to Dominic Haugen. Bounce pass right wing to Adargo. Adargo here on the baseline. Jumper is up, that'll go short. Rebound will be out of bounds. Unless Enderlin can get a steal and a score, this will be their season low in points. The previous season low in a game was 24 against Barnes County North and Kidder County. As Maple River sees this one in the front court. As Onder with 3 seconds. As the Raiders will pick up the win 48-23 here in District 1 boys basketball tonight from Tower City. Again, your final on the City of Hope scoreboard. The Maple River Raiders with the win by 25 points here tonight, and in doing so improved to 3-6 on the season. When we come back, we'll get to our post-game show. That is next.
The Maple Valley School District is engaging students in a world-class education, preparing them for lifelong success. Maple Valley serves the surrounding communities of Buffalo, Fingal, Oriska, and Tower City with a grade student-to-teacher ratio per class. For more information, go online to myraiders.org. That's myraiders.org. The Maple Valley School District wishes the best to the Raiders coaches and athletes this season. Go Raiders!
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com as we take a look at our final numbers here. City of Hope scoreboard again, 48-23. Maple River 6 of 12 from the free throw line here tonight. They had 7 players in the scoring column, and they would finish with 4 threes with 8 turnovers here for Maple River. While for the Enderlin Eagles, they had 21 turnovers, 3 players in the scoring column. They went 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 3 and 27 rebounds here for the Enderlin Eagles. Individually, Maple River led by the 11 points of Jonah Thompson, 11 points and 11 rebounds. You also had 9 points here for Trapper Smith with a made 3, 9 points for Preston Dowes with 9 boards. He went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 8 points for Blake Thur with 2 threes and 5 rebounds for Blake. 5 points for Kobe Wisniewski here tonight with 4 rebounds. 5 points on the way here for Damian Norrie, as we also had Damian Norrie down for about 6 rebounds and a point as well for Brennan Anderson. Well, for the Enderlin Eagles, they were led by the 9 points of Orion Adargo, as Orion went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 8 points for Caleb Manjo, 10 boards, and 6 points for Carson Gruba. When we come back, we'll take a look at our player of the game, that and more still to come.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
As we come back here on the post-game show, this interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Joining us from the head coach perspective for the Maple River Raiders, that is Chase Carpenter here. And Chase, obviously you hit it right on the head in terms of Caleb Maggio being a problem on the inside. He was early for Enderlin, and then, yeah, you really have to like how Preston Dowes was able to just kind of be that point guard on the floor for you to make right decisions. So what did you just like about your team's performance after that first quarter play?
Yeah, I was going to say, blame the first quarter probably on coach for going into our 1-2-2 situation, which left Maggio down there with a tough situation. So switching that up allowed us to be able to front him. And then obviously Jonah having probably the best game I've seen out of one of our big guys in a while. Being as far as just being a little bit more comfortable, being down there, being aggressive. I mean, it did not look like he hasn't played for a while. So, and then Preston, obviously in those situations, took him a little bit to understand, took our whole team a little bit to understand what they're doing offense or defensively. So once we kind of understood what they're doing, just sagging off of basically three guys and allowing the other two to basically triangle and two, but it's not. I think they understood what's there, what's not there. It took them probably a whole quarter, but we were able to get in those situations. We were able to draw up a couple of different things for Blake to be able to get him a couple of screens to come off of stuff. And once we got going, that's when they were able to settle in. And obviously defensively, our offense kind of ignited our defense in that situation. We were able to get deflections in our trap and different things. I think for the most part we held in the one shot, which I've been asking for probably for a month and a half. So it's definitely good to see that, especially against a big dude like that. So I think they set the tone for our district play. I think they understand how they can play. They're going to understand that there's going to be probably 20 different defenses tossed at them, just understanding there's probably 2 or 3 guys that don't shoot it well, so they're going to sag off. They're going to be trapping us at times. So I think being patient early on is what really helped us, not forcing crap, not having to go into where we're turning it over leading into their stuff. We were able to get decent shots. We just weren't hitting them right away.
The one thing I'll say, Damian Norrie and Jonah Thompson, in terms of what they were able to do, especially Damian in the first half, play a lot of rebounds, especially when Jonah maybe came out for a breather there. He was kind of the man on the interior, having to try to get in front of Caleb Maggio at times. Just what did you see from those two in particular, where we had him down for 16 points and let's carry the one about 17 rebounds combined with Thompson having a double-double.
Yeah, I mean, I think they understood what we had to take care of down low once we got in those situations into our 2-3, and I think we somewhat trapped, and we understood if the ball did get down low that we were going to dig it out, and we fronted in the post to force the outside guys to be able to do something. So they understood that, and they worked their tail off to be able to get – he's a big dude to be able to get around, and they did that situation, I think, for the most part after that first quarter. So I don't think I can ask much more out of them. So it's definitely great to see after our BCT. It's not like we played bad in the BCT. There's just things we had to fix, and I thought we had a good couple practices, a good talk after that BCT. I think they understood. We went kind of through our goals. They understood what needs to happen to be able to obviously be a good basketball team, and obviously now it's going to be finding consistency.
Oh, yeah, 4 players over 8 points here in this game. Also points off the bench with Trapper Smith 9, and then Preston Dowes just did a nice, cool, calm collective. 9 points, 9 rebounds, almost 5-6 steals and assists. So what can you talk about your backcourt particularly here today? Just making the good decision, the smart decision, and finding ways to give up a good shot for a better-looking shot, so to speak.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, we didn't do a great job at the end there where we're just kind of chucking up whatever we want. But, throughout it, that's kind of the biggest thing that we've been trying to – we want to obviously go fast. There's going to be a situation where we can go get easy ones. We're not great offensively, so we got to be able to go in transition. But early on, our transition has turned into a turnover into their transition where they're scoring. So I think they started to understand what – if there's a layup there, we're going to go take it. If not, we're going to get and trust our offense, trust our plays to be able to bring the ball back out, get good movement off of it. Trapper's definitely got a little bit more comfortable off that bench situation to where obviously he's playing basically starter minutes, and he knows that. And I think Jonah obviously kind of sealed that post position for us, which if I could have told you, I would have dreamt upon him playing like that tonight.
thought everyone would have thought I was crazy. So for him to play like that, and for him now, hopefully we'll have a talk and we'll be able to watch things on film. But now it's, like I said, it's going to be consistency. Can we get that play every single night? I mean, if we can get that play on Friday where we have a big now to be able to take care of things down low, to be able to rebound, certain things like that, that's all you got to be is physical and obviously want it more than the other dude across from me, and it definitely showed tonight.
Without question, able to get to 1-0 in district play. Chase, thanks so much for your time and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you very much.
And again, Chase Carpenter, head coach for the Raiders, will continue with more after this from the Raider Activity Center.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we come back on the postgame show, that interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. We go from there to our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. Our co-players of the game, Preston Dowes and alongside Jonah Thompson, they would combine for 20 points in this one and 20 rebounds as well. A nice 1-2 combination for, as Chase Carpenter talked about, the backcourt here with Preston, but also the front court with Jonah Thompson. A really nice performance across the board for those two players. They are our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We go from there to our Agassiz Precision Egg play of the contest, and it was the rebounds here for Maple River, but also the run, as Maple River would out-rebound the Enderlin Eagles by 9, but the difference in the game tied at 8 apiece with 5:09 left to play in the first half. Maple River then would go on a 10-0 run to make it 18-8 with 2:21 left to play in the first half, and eventually go on and win this one by 25, as they never allowed Enderlin to get back within single digits at that point. They took 11-point lead at the half and ballooned it up to 18 after 3, and eventually they would win it by 25 here in this one. Again, our play of the contest is both the rebounding presence and also the 10-0 run here for the Maple River Raiders, as they were able to take that game tied at 8 and eventually make it to 18-8 and go on and win this contest. Again, play the game brought to you in part by Agassiz Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer. Visit their website at Agassiz Precision website online by going online to planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. We come back, we'll hear from a couple of members of the winning team here for the Raiders. That is next on your live event.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
As we come back here, part of our players of the game, Jonah Thompson and Preston Dowes. We'll hear a burst from Jonah Thompson here with a double-double of 11 points and 11 rebounds. Jonah, what was working for you on the interior tonight, particularly getting those loose balls and trying to box out Caleb Maggio on the other side?
I was just trying to work hard, boxing them back, and hitting them early on right as the shot went up, so I had a better chance getting the board.
Let's talk about your offense. Really good ball movement there, running a little box of one, triangle and two at times, obviously. So what did you see just to be patient, getting the loose ball, but also working the block game a little bit, getting ready for that pass from your guards?
It's just we were just working it back and forth, just looking for a hole, and then as soon as someone helped side, I was ready for the pass to put it up.
As you move forward here, Jonah, what do you hope to gain from this game as you go into another district game at Sargent County here on Friday night?
I just hope to carry this momentum into the next game, work my butt off in that one, and try to get it again.
Damian Nori, a guy on the inside, too, got a lot of rebounds in that first half. What can you say about him boxing out on the interior?
Oh, he worked his butt off. It seemed like whenever I or Preston wasn't there, he was there with us getting it.
Let's talk about Trapper Smith off the bench. 9 points. He makes a 3. How fun was it to see Trapper kind of get going offensively tonight?
It's always good. He gets in right away off the bench, works his butt off, gives me a break or some other people a break. And it's just good to have someone we can trust coming off the bench.
Hey, Jonah, congratulations on the win. Best of luck down at Sargent County on Friday.
Thank you, Chase.
When we come back, we'll hear from Preston Dowes. That is next.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
As we go from Jonah now to Preston. Preston Dowes joined us here, 9 points, 9 rebounds, handful of assists, and a handful of steals as well, Preston. I know Chase kind of mentioned in the pregame, utilizing you as kind of that point guard, making the right decision, getting the guys ready offensively. Just kind of what you see tonight? Maybe a slow first quarter, but once you got rolling in that second quarter, what kind of propelled you throughout the rest of the game?
Just like the pressure I could put up front, that helped, and then I always got my help side on the back, and then putting the trap on in the half court, that really helps.
And talk about Jonah Thompson, when you can get a big on the inside, getting a double-double, what does that do for the team?
Yeah, I'm really glad he came out this year. It was really helpful for the team.
Blake Thor able to get chased, Kobe Wisniewski getting chased, and rightfully so. They're two guys who can put the ball in the cylinders. So what did you kind of learn as the game progressed, seeing a triangle and 2 against those two guys here, Preston?
Kind of just like set screens for them, try to get them open, and then myself just get downhill, shoot shots that I open.
As you move forward, what's something you really liked about this game that you hope to take forward, whether it's Sargent County or Weimar Lidgewood or whoever you guys got left on the district schedule?
Our defense, mostly beyond the first quarter, was really good. Going into the second, third, fourth, we really put the pressure on them defensively, and that's really good for us.
And Chase Carpenter mentioned in the pregame that you had to rebound. How did you think your team did well rebounding here tonight, Preston?
I think we did really well. I almost had a 10, Jonah had 11, and a few other people were high numbers for rebounds too.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. What are you most looking forward to once you get to Sargent County coming up on Friday?
I don't know. Just another game, but it is a district game, so we got to really focus up and try to get that one too.
Yeah, without question, 1-0 in district play. Congratulations on the win. We'll let you go celebrate.
All right, thank you.
Preston Dowes with us here on the postgame. We come back, we'll put a bow on our coverage here from the Raider Activity Center.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Again, your final here, 48-23. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Maple River now 3-6 on the season, 1-0 in the district. Enderlin drops to 1-7 on the season and 0-1 in District 1 play. Up next, Raiders at Sargent County on Friday here on YLE. Enderlin will host Barnes County North in Enderlin for another district contest. Thank you so much for tuning in, and join us for more high school sports coming up on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Repeat tonight's final: Raiders 48, Enderlin 23.